All right, guys, we have 10 brand new fantasy motocross tracks in MX bikes that I think should be brought to real life. These were all created by Erax, and I'm going to show you guys a lap from every single one, and I want you guys to comment down below if you think any of them would be a great addition to the motocross scene. So let's jump right into it. All right, so for the first track, it's located in Portland, Oregon, and this one is inspired by Washougal, and I really feel that Erax did an awesome job with this. I love how he created the layout. It flows really, really good. I'm going to do a lap behind my Ghost and try to do different lines so I can show you guys the entire track. And yeah, kind of just go from there. So try to do middle line here. I think this line is a little bit quicker. This section coming up, definitely inspired by Washougal, this little tight S section. I think it's pretty cool. Got the American flag in the background, little tabletop right here. And if you guys ride in real life, you guys will know that step downs are really scary at first. They're a lot of fun, but very scary at first. You don't want to over jump, you don't want to under jump. So yeah, definitely got to take that with ease. Split lane right here, I think going triple double is a little bit better. It just kind of sets you up better for this inside. And then this is where all the mechanics are. This section is actually pretty cool because you got the mechanic section right there, but then you have like a double triple going into the start. I think it's pretty sick. You have my Ghost does like a triple in, which is really cool. And then you got the horsepower hill inspiration right here. I think Erax kind of killed it with this. It's not basically the same, but it's very similar, kind of drop down into a triple. I really like it, man. I think you did an awesome job. Let me know in the comment section if you guys think this is a good track to recreate real life. I think it would be, man. I think this would be a really cool track to see pros race. Very flowy, very different. I love the incorporation of the hills, of how he did it. And you got some big jumps too, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, let me know what you guys think. The next one that we have on the list is located in Reno, Nevada, in a valley of the Rocky Mountains. And this track reminds me a lot of my hometown, Arizona. Desert vibe, hard pack, probably gonna be extremely dusty, if I would have to guess. But I really like what Erax did here. It's very different. A lot of different obstacles than you would normally kind of see, like the jump that we just did right there. You don't really see that too often. I almost looped out here. This is very different. This kind of reminds me of like Lake Havasu, that little double right there. If you guys kind of know what I'm talking about, where everybody crashes, just like kind of like over that canal. I think it's a canal there, or that gap. Just kind of reminds me of that. But I really think that Las Vegas personally needs a motocross track. Maybe not Reno, but I definitely think Vegas deserves one, man. They got a lot of sports going on right now, and I think adding a motocross scene to that would be epic, man. I like this big triple right here. It's kind of deceiving though, because you think it's gonna be big, but then like the landing is very short. Little uphill roller type vibe, just kind of a ski jump. This is a big double. This is actually a really big double. I cased it out of my Ghost. I cased it right there too. Little split lane. Rut coming back to around the start. This jump coming up is very technical. I don't know how it would work in real life, but you have like a little roller into like a triple type vibe, little off-camber triple. I like it. Real life, I don't know how it's gonna work. But yeah, then you got to right before the finish. I like this little step down. And yeah, that's Reno. Let me know if you guys think that this track would be good in real life. I personally think it would be pretty fire. The next track that we have on the list is located in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I think this track is really, really fun. It's very short though, compared to the other tracks that he has created. But it's very technical in certain spots. Like you got to hit your lines just perfect. I'll try to do some lines that my Ghost doesn't do. That was a bad example. Very bad example. But I'll go outside here. This little jump right here that Erax created, a little step on to triple off, pretty sick. Really, really cool. Little outside line, kind of 2 lanes right there. I think probably the coolest part of the whole entire track. Little roller section around the bend. I like that a lot. Very technical to it. And then this double is pretty big from the inside. Pretty freaking big. This is just like, just try to find a line and hopefully it works, a little double, but it's very sketchy. And then another triple similar to Reno where it's very tiny. And then you go to the start and then you got a big sweeper. I like the start on this though, because I don't think too much like crashes, if that makes sense, would happen there. And then you got a little triple, and you coming back down the hill a little bit, kind of jumping back down the hill. But yeah, let me know if you guys like this track, if it would be a good fit in New Mexico. Maybe rival Moriarty, you know, maybe, possibly. So the next track that we have on the list is located in New Orleans, more specifically on the coastline of the Gulf of Mexico. And I really like what Erax did here. I personally feel that this could be like a sand track, though, in my opinion. I really feel like that. There's nothing too crazy going on. It could definitely be a rough track IRL. I could definitely see that being extremely rough. But yeah, I just kind of have that vibe of it should be a sand track and not necessarily anything else. But yeah, let me spin a lap. This is probably the coolest part of the entire track. This like little section right here, this straightaway with a couple big jumps. You can throw some crazy whips, like crazy whips. Let's try to throw an oppo here. Like perfect jump to throw some fat whips. And then this is on like the coastline area. This is where the sand section is on this track. And I feel like in real life, you're probably hopping around here, you know, trying to find the groove, trying to find the flow, which I think would be really, really cool. And you hop back into this right-hander. This is a little tiny like step-up double, kind of hard to get sometimes. And another double here that you can, or like it's like a scrub double. You don't really throw crazy whips on that one. And you rotate back down, a little step down to a left. This is close to the start area. I like this little like hip jump almost. I think it's pretty cool. This would be more single file in my opinion, just that entire section, because it's you're jumping back onto the start. I didn't give a really good demonstration of it, but it would be more single file. I like this little like tabletop wall type of vibe after the start. I thought it was really cool. And then you got a big sweeper, another straightaway with like a just like a single, I guess you would say. I was gonna say a long jump, but it's not really a long jump. And then a double into the finish line. This is New Orleans. I feel personally this could be an entire sand track and it would be actually pretty sick. The next track that we have on the list is from Des Moines, Iowa. And me personally, I really like this track. I think it flows really, really well. I think Erax did a really good job on trying to create something different, you know. The way that he created this layout, I feel is very unique. A lot of the stuff that's on this track you don't really see on a motocross track. So like that, like roller, I guess, into rollers, like a tabletop into rollers. You got a whoop section on this track. It's kind of like a supercross hybrid almost. You got some elevation change. I really like this. I like going to the outside, but this middle line is pretty OP. I'm not gonna cap. A little straightaway into a double. I noticed that on this track though, he used a lot of flat areas. I don't know why that was per se. I like going outside here. This would be really sick doing it in real life. Going like triple off that table, banking off this outside, and then like trying to jump into this dragon's back type of vibe. Like I'm serious, this motocross track is like a supercross track because this next section is almost basically a supercross rhythm section. You got to go triple. I'm gonna kick scrap out of that, maybe not triple, and then you go maybe triple out, probably quad double out. So it's more of like a hybrid than anything on this one, but I really find it fun, and I really like what he did. A lot of different line choices with the ruts too. This is very tight, very, very tight. You hop back onto the start straight. One thing I noticed about all of these tracks from Erax though is like the starting, like the start gate to the first corner is very open. I really like that. I think that allows not like crashes in the first turn, if that makes sense. So but yeah, that's a lap around this one. Let me know what you guys think about this and if this could be a real life one. I personally think this might be, with Portland, one of the tracks that could be made into real life. So the next track that we have on the list is probably the most unique. This one is based out of Milwaukee, and it has that super motocross type vibe to it. Definitely, I would say more motocross vibe though because of the roughness. But it has that supercross feel because we're in like a city Aspen, if that kind of makes sense. You got a nice long sand sweeper right here that actually goes on for a little bit. It has some supercross like rhythm sections, like for example this one right here. It goes into like a triple double before this like off camber like roller. But yeah, I don't know. Would you guys think that this would be a cool super motocross track in real life? I feel it would be pretty unique, but also I kind of like what the super motocross tracks have been doing right now. Now, don't get me wrong. I think this would be pretty freaking sick if there was a track like this, especially like on the beach and stuff. I did not mean to crash there. That was rough. I mean, look at the water over there. Like, you're literally starting on the water almost. So that's pretty sick. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one. You can see right here, look, another supercross type vibe to it. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. I really love the city aspect. I think the skyscrapers in the background make this track feel so much more alive. So let me know what you guys think. So the next track that we have on the list is based out of Louisville, Kentucky, and it's a full sand track. And in my opinion, this could potentially rival Southwick. That's how good I think it is. It's very rough, very technical. You got to find your flow with the place, because if you don't, you're going to be bouncing everywhere, kind of like what I'm doing right now, trying to show you guys a lap around this place. I personally feel that this would be a really good pro track, like in real life. That's how I kind of feel. It could be reworked to like do like amateur stuff, you know, to make it not so rough per se. But I think watching Tomac on this, watching Deegan on this, Jet on this would be so insane. A couple unique sections on this place as well. This right here kind of reminds me of Southwick after the start. You're kind of like jumping off that like roller. That's what it kind of reminds me of a little bit. But E-Rex did a couple unique things on this. He included like some uphill, like off camber type of stuff that you don't normally see on sand. Like right here, you're kind of like jumping up into a right-hander and then hitting a tabletop. Like you just don't normally see that type of stuff. And then you got a little step down here. You just don't see this, you know. Normally it's a straightaway with rollers, you know, maybe an off-camber corner here and there. But what I think E-Rex did with this layout is super, super sick, super unique. We're coming up to another very unique section that he created right here. So you can basically, it's like an off-camber split lane, jump into the inside, and then you can like double down, miss the SpongeBob, and then hit a big, big jump before the finish line. But let me know what you guys think about this sand track. Would it be good in real life? I think it could rival Southwick, in my opinion. That's just me, though. All right, so the next track that we have on the list is based out of Concord, New Hampshire. And I didn't even know that was a city until E-Rex posted this track. But yeah, honestly, I really like this track. I love the elevation aspect to it. I love the different obstacles that he included. I love the layout of it, man. E-Rex has done an incredible job with every single track's layout. I think it's been top tier, in my opinion. One thing I don't like about this track, and that's just me personally, is the shadows. I think as a rider IRL, I hated shadows. I hated when the sunset was coming down and the shadows, you couldn't see nothing. That was just me particularly. And you could definitely have that, vibe on this track. Does that make it a bad track? Absolutely not. It just makes me a bad rider, all right? So I personally think that this track would be really fun in IRL. I also posted a lap video on TikTok on this, and a lot of comments were saying, yes, this track would be really fun IRL, really, really good. So, I mean, the people think it's going to be good. I probably think it's going to be good. I think it's fast. It's flowy. It has some, like, slower parts to the track, which is, like, right there, that little off-camber type of stuff. This is very scary in, like, real life, bro. I didn't even know this was, like, a single there. Like, I couldn't even tell until right now. But that would be kind of scary if you didn't know the track, right? But a couple aspects I really like about this is right here, you kind of drop down. I love the step downs that E-Rex has been including on his tracks. I think they're a really nice touch. The elevation that he's been using on all of them has been really fun as well. The flat tracks aren't cool, you know what I mean? So the elevation changes are really awesome. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one. I think this could be a really good like amateur national, in my opinion. So the second to last track that we have on the list is based out of Boise, Idaho. And I think this probably would be the most sketchiest track that was, if it was created for real life, with how much like the elevation changes in the corners. I can really see potential, a lot of crashes like right here going over the berm and falling down. Now, does that mean this track's not sick as hell? No, this track is really, really good. I actually think it's one of my favorites out of all of these. But I can definitely see this probably being the most difficult one, IRL. Maybe a pro track. like, it would be tough to have, like, I say mini guys on this track. I mean, look at this big triple right here. This would only be possible for some guys on 450s, pro guys at least. I don't think any amateur guy that is not a top amateur is hitting that. This section right here is definitely something that could be, like, for the amateur side. Like, this side of the track is very, very mellow. Off-camber stuff, but it's not, like, crazy over the top. Very, very mellow. So this side of the track, I can see. The other side of the track, I think it could be kind of scary. Maybe some crashes down the hills. Obviously, that big triple, nobody would be really hitting. You tone it down, possibly. But if you think about it as a layout, I think it would be a lot of fun. Kind of reminds me of Mammoth a little bit with so much elevation in the corners and stuff. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one, if it would be good or not. And last but not least, we have a track that's based out of Honolulu, Hawaii. And E-Rax did his thing with this layout, dude. It's really, really sick. I also think he increased, like, the roughness on this track because I'm bouncing everywhere. I'm trying to think of where to go. Some of the sections is, like, extremely, extremely rough. But I actually really like it. You know, I like the tracks that are rough and kind of makes you think where you need to go and make it a cleaner line, a smoother line. I really like that aspect. But yeah, can you imagine this track, like going to this track real life, like flying over to Hawaii and like riding this? That's like a bucket list type of vibe. I think it would be really, really sick. Could you imagine like a real pro race over there too? Like maybe like an all-star weekend. I know they used to do like all-star weekend for football. The Pro Bowl over in Hawaii. They don't do that anymore. I don't even know where they hold the Pro Bowls anymore with football, but I personally think that would be pretty sick. I don't think there's ever been like a traditional real pro race in Hawaii before. Dude, I think we need to have it, you know? Maybe even World Supercross should go over there. There's a stadium over there. Like why, you know, like why couldn't we do that? This section right here is pretty sick. You can actually triple this. I definitely messed it up. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about all of these tracks. Let me know if you guys think any of them could be brought to real life. I think at least some of them can, all right? If not all of them. That is a triple. I forgot that's a triple, all right? But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for the love on this video. Thank you guys so much for the love on all of the recent stuff as well. And yeah, we'll catch you guys back here in the next video. We're out.